Hey everybody, happy to see you guys. I hope everyone is doing very well or on a way to feel better. And today I would like to address a few letters that I've received and let's discuss this topic a little bit. How to take a decision? When do you know that it's probably best to move on from the relationship you're in? There are many confused situations. Really, in many cases, when two people really appreciate each other and really determined to be together because they see value, they know each other, they do appreciate each other, but just going through some hard times. And then there is a situation where people really living together in one house on the same roof, sometimes still in one bed, but they really alone in their heart. And it is a big debate sometimes for people to decide what to do, which route to go. But at the same time, it's really simple. It's really simple because there is something amazing about our feelings. We can be mistaken about certain things. We cannot be. We can. Sometimes we aren't sure about certain things, but about our feelings, you can't ever feel wrong. Whatever you feel inside is whatever you feel inside, even when on the outer everything looks good, but you guys call it gut feeling, we call it, women more call it as intuition or inner guidance. There is this voice inside of us that we often ignore. And I do understand the responsibilities and children and mortgage and all this, but we also have only one life. And I have been receiving messages from the men who kind of have a confusing situation, having a partner who doesn't really either do not want to work, or just basically a situation when two people are living together but they are really on their own. Inside of their heart they are. So I'm just going to share my own point of view. I think there are three major things to evaluate your relationship. Number one is how close you really are. you know do you feel close with a person? Is your person you're with, is it your very best friend? Is it the person that first to support you, first to share things? Is it the person that always excited about your success, that is there when things are, when you are succeeding or you are going through hard times, and they are there to open up, to really connect with you and support you. It's interesting, we used to think that being there when things are bad is more important than being there where things are good. But the interesting thing is that not every couple, not every spouse or partner can handle when things are great. Because what if out of two partners, one is really succeeding and things are coming along, and another one is maybe pretty happy, but somehow inside feels intimidated by your success, whatever that might be. For me, that a sign of broken connection, of not having pure true relationship, because you don't jealous to your son when he is more successful than you. You aren't jealous to people that you truly love when they are more successful. In some ways you are excited for that. You when things are awesome, when I don't know, they won a lottery in life, they did something amazing, you are super happy. You're not intimidated by their growth, you're just so happy for them, you're happy to be with them, it stimulates you and all of those things. So first thing is this connection where you're truly present, you open, you even if you're going through hard time, your spouse, your partner is the first person you open your heart to. And that is the point of the relationship. When, it's not your sister, it's not your brother, not your daddy or your mom, but that is your partner. And you aren't afraid when things are bad to sit down and talk. So that's the first one. If that thing is missing, it's something to pay attention to. I'm not gonna give you too many insights. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I personally do not see a point in living years and years together and to not be connected. Maybe saving your money from sharing, just not to go separate ways, to keep your family happy, that we are still together, but you're really lonely and miserable. It's number one. So number two is the sexual relationship, passion, love, what's going on behind the closed doors. It is so important. Sometimes we really abuse, we making fun, and we laugh about those things, but they are so important, because passion and intimate relationship, it's yet another language of communication in the couple. And when that part is wonderful, sometimes it can heal some other parts. You can have some disagreements, you can have some things, but what make us more than friends, what make relationship between man and a woman more than friends, more than brother and sister, it's definitely and obviously sexual relationships, and passion in them, and tenderness, and it's all of those things, physical contact, wish to cuddle, wish to spend time together, just to enjoy that special time. It's not just only sex, but everything around it. And if that brings you joy, that is a precious treasure, and that is something to never, take for granted and stop appreciating. So you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes we love the person with our heart, but we have some issues, with intimate relationships. So that is something to pay attention as well. And if you don't have that at all, uh, it's kind of like you basically living with a friend, or with a good friend, or with a relative. To me personally, that isn't a real relationship for a couple, unless both couples really not that much into that. I mean, both partners aren't really that much into being intimate. They just enjoying the friendship. That's their perfect sense. Then it's a perfect compatibility. And guys, I'm only talking again. It's only my opinion. I'm just sharing. Reaching out to those who maybe currently trying to figure out what to do. Because don't get me wrong, when you've been with somebody for a while, it hurts like hell to separate. There is many secondary benefits. It's a habit, it's a connection, it's history together, and sometimes our past, holds to us, holding on to us, that it's we just too weak to change it, and to make ourselves happier. And again, it's a lot about compatibility. If you are compatible, whatever your intimate scenario is, this is wonderful, you know. So yeah, it's very individual, so look for yourself. Very often those things also can be worked on. There is a wonderful book by John Gray, Mars in Venus and Venus in the Bedroom. I actually read that book and it was absolutely amazing. So when you are in between stage, things are kind of going down in that department, but you still have love for each other. That is an awesome book to read. He wrote that book with help of his wife, so the power of that two different, two genders, two points of views, and that book was absolutely incredible. So you can make your love life better, learning more about your partner and how to, recover, rejuvenate your sexual relationships. So number three, the last one, is having common interest, having common passion in your business or life or travel. It's incredible how much common interest, how important they are. Being on the same page, having similar dreams, being driven by the same purpose, that thing is so strong. At some point we're gonna get older, we maybe not gonna feel like, spending all the time in the bedroom, which is normal. That's why we have younger years to enjoy it. Well, some people do have it lifetime, but the intensity of that part of life, of central part of life, often it goes down a little bit, which is totally fine because it picks up somewhere around wisdom, somewhere around having a purpose, having appreciation, and going for the same thing, exploring, learning together. When you can learn together, when you can grow together, it's really making your relationship kind of like bulletproof because you have so much in common. You have that foundation and you are together on a journey, and those interests together, they really do magic. They can take you, they can help you go through the hardest time because that passion for things comes within, and that's a very strong and beautiful relationship. And it gives you also that respect for the other person, and you can never get bored in your conversations because you learn daily, you grow daily. So this way you interest to each other, you can never get bored with each other. You always have new things to discover, to say. Your life is full of purpose. Maybe you're changing other people's life, maybe you're doing some amazing things. They can be very simple things, but it doesn't make them less amazing. Maybe you are together, maybe you helping orphans overseas, or you helping orphans in your state, or maybe you feeding kids, maybe you creating some software, regardless what your mission is. But I think especially as we get in our active stage in life, and then more mature, and later on when we are older, I think those wonderful things when there is no ceiling for our growth there. So that's super important. So guys, these three things, emotional, mental, closeness, being able to be very open and connected together, having wonderful intimate life, and having common interests, being on the same page. If all these three are three that are missing, what is the point to stay for yet more years and have more suffer just so everybody is happy, and you post your pictures on Facebook, and you showing everybody that, oh, everything is great, but you're deep down miserable. When sometimes you end in the relationship, doesn't mean you are a failure. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. It doesn't mean the other person is bad. All it means that maybe that relation had a purpose, and that purpose had been already completed, and there is nothing left. And two choices are either accepted and die slowly in a relationship that can no longer grow or give, or be grateful for the time and move on for something that have where you can grow. just move on in life. I'm not even saying, jumping right away to another necessarily, committed relationship or something like that, but figuring out where you are and starting from there. So there are only two choices, and make them from your heart, make them from your own heart. So often we are fulfilling what other people want for us. We don't want to disappoint our mom that we decide to move on from marriage that was miserable. We don't want to disappoint our sister or brother because they've been married since they were 16, so, and we've been going through maybe several partners. It's important to love and respect your family, but you are the only one who is living your life. So sometimes we have to burn the boats, take some difficult and hard decisions, maybe, but at the same time, they're not so hard. Because if we only choose to listen to our heart and follow it, to our inner self, if you find yourself in prison, remember that you are the one that holds the keys to be free. Thank you.